This is how a Wall Street giant burned $440 million in 45 minutes. Gone. No thief, no crash, and the same kind of mistake is probably sleeping in a system you use today. Knight Capital was the invisible giant. When Americans traded stocks, 1 in every 6 orders flowed through its machines. Speed was the entire business, and trust in the machines was total. Their computers traded faster than a human blink. People just watched dashboards glow green. And honestly, for years, that worked beautifully. But deep in those machines slept a scrap of code from 2003. Dead. Retired. Its name, PowerPeg. Remember that name, it comes back in exactly 4 minutes. In the summer of 2012, the stock exchange launched a new trading program, which meant Knight had to update all 8 of its trading servers. Deadline pressure. Routine work. The kind nobody double-checks. A technician copied the new code onto 7 servers. Then he went home. Server 8 kept the old code. No checklist caught it. Nobody's job was to look. Worse, the new code reused an old switch, the exact signal that once woke PowerPeg. Like rewiring your doorbell to the dynamite in the basement. Keep that doorbell in mind. So, 1 sleeping program, 1 skipped server, 1 recycled switch. 3 tiny nothings. But here's the thing about tiny nothings: at machine speed, they compound. The next morning, they did. August 1st, 2012. A completely ordinary Wednesday. Coffee, headlines, the opening bell about to ring. Nobody in that building knew they had 45 minutes left. 9:30. The bell rings. 7 servers run the new code perfectly. And on server 8, the doorbell rings in the basement. PowerPeg opens its eyes. Its old job: buy stock step by step, ignoring the price, until told to stop. But the stop signal had been deleted years ago. So it bought. And bought. And bought. Buy high, sell low, thousands of times a second, 4 million trades across 150 stocks. Translation: the machine was setting $10 million a minute on fire. On the trading floor, humans stared at popcorn charts. 1 sleepy little stock quadrupled in minutes. Someone is eating the market, they thought. It was their own basement. And now the horror movie beat. They searched for the off switch, and there wasn't one. No kill switch. No emergency plan. This fire was in no manual. Therefore they did the logical thing, rebooted the new code on all 8 servers. But the new code was innocent. The reboot punished the wrong suspect and fed the fire another 15 minutes. At 10:15, someone finally pulled server 8's plug. Silence. Then the counting began. $440 million. Gone before lunch. More than the firm's last 2 years of profit combined. But here's the part that should genuinely bother you: the disaster was not silent. The system had screamed for help before the market even opened. 97 warning emails. Sent automatically that morning, naming the broken server. They landed in an inbox that no human being was required to read. Within 2 days, Knight stock lost 3/4 of its value. In the mergers that followed, hundreds of people lost jobs they had done well. Real desks, real families, for a copy-paste. The firm survived exactly 4 days on its own. Then rivals injected $400 million, in exchange for most of the company. A year later, the name Knight was gone from Wall Street. So, whose fault was it? The technicians? Wrong question. Because the investigation found something far more uncomfortable than one careless man. No second reviewer for deployments. No automated check that all servers matched. No kill switch. No alarm that anyone owned. The official report reads like a checklist of missing checklists. Knight paid its fine, and Wall Street rewired itself. Real kill switches, deployment reviews, alarms with owners. Every trading firm on Earth is safer today because Knight burned in public. And the money? Never destroyed. Every dollar Knight lost that morning, someone else won. Which leads to the real lesson of this story. It isn't about Wall Street at all. Because Knight wasn't killed by bad code. The new software worked perfectly on every server it reached. Knight was killed by leftovers, dead code, an old switch, one skipped step. And leftovers are everywhere. Every bank, every airline, every app on your phone runs on layers of forgotten code that nobody dares to delete. There are ghosts in every machine. Automation has one honest rule: it doesn't make mistakes bigger. It makes them faster. A human error repeated once a day is a bruise. Repeated 1,000 times a second, it's a bankruptcy. Remember the doorbell? Here is its legacy, taped to walls in tech firms ever since. Never reuse an old switch. Delete dead code. And always, always, build the off button first. And those 45 minutes? That's not slow. That's how long smart, careful people need to find a fire nobody imagined. A backup plan is worthless if it assumes you know what will burn. The technician was never publicly named, and never charged. Because the system that let one tired human sink a giant was designed by hundreds of careful, well-paid people. Systems fail. Names just make better headlines. So tonight, somewhere, a server is running code everyone forgot. Maybe at your bank. Maybe behind your savings app. Someone skipped a checklist there this week. Probably nothing. Probably. Knight's 45 minutes were the fastest collapse in Wall Street history. The slowest one took 40 years, and the man who ran it may never have made a single real trade. That story is next on this channel.